Hello everyone, very good morning and welcome to the OData Made Easy course. In today's class, we are going to see some more query options, some more query string. But before going ahead, let's have a quick recap what we have done in our last class. In last class, we have seen how to use the paging technique with the help of escape and top in the OData. So that was the main focus. We have also seen how to use the count. We have also seen if you have to access a specific field, there is a different way, right? By giving the slash VBELN, one is by giving the select and another is by giving the slash VBELN, a specific field we can access. So this was the stuff. Again, in that there was a basic difference here. You can see that, right? This is the basic difference we have over here. If you want to access a specific field, it is how. If you want to get the list of all the records for VBLN, this is how we have. So just keep on doing the experiment. This is what we have, the main stuff over here. And the very frequently used one, just I'm listing those down over here. Now let's go and start our today's session. So in this session, we'll be starting with, how to implement filter query using IT underscore filter underscore select options. So what actually I'm trying to tell over here, hope you are able to see my system, SAP system. Let me log in quickly. SCGW, and this is our project. Go to the service maintenance, come over here and SAP gateway client. Click on this yes button, and here we are now. So the entity set is this one. Press enter, click on this execute button, and now the list of values what we are having over here we are getting. See here the representation is not good. What I will do that, let's go to slash n slash IWFND slash MINT underscore service. Okay. And give slash O, press enter. Okay. Enter, come here, and the service which we have is nothing but this one. All right. Select this, come here, call in browser. And you have to give again the user ID and password. Copy this and I will paste it over here. Here our representation will be better. Okay. And if we want to see this particular stuff in JSON, we can put in like JSON, right? So the entity set, what we were having over here is nothing but ET, what it is. Let me go and copy from here, ET sales order set. Copy this and paste it over here. Okay. So one thing, JSON formatter already I have installed. Here you can see that. Now here we are able to see in better, this representation is good, and here you will be able to see properly. So how the data is coming, this is how we have the data coming over here. Now, actually, what I want to show you over here, suppose if you are passing some filter operation, right? Maybe here you are having some filter operation. ET question mark dollar format equal to JSON, and after this also you can start the another query question mark dollar format equal to JSON. It is not necessary that it should be at last only, here after putting this query just give the ampersand and then dollar, and once again suppose what I want here, maybe VKORG. Let's have some VKORG over here, the VTWEG, right? And VKORG. So VTWEG, based upon VTWEG, I want to filter the value, right? So filter, it should be in a small, make sure that it should be in a small, filter equals to VTEWG. So between this filter and this VTWG, there no space, but here you'll have to give the space equals to 23. Okay, and just press enter, and wherever the 23 is there, already it's coming. Why it's coming? Because we have written the code like that. It's not automatically coming like this, we have written the code, that's the reason it's a coming. So go here and go into the change mode, and here basically we have written the code. Okay, so LV underscore where, right? Directly we are getting the LV underscore here with the help of IO take request context, and this LV underscore where we are putting, once again I will put the external breakpoint and quickly I will show you, refresh this, it will hit the backend, come over here, press F6, LV underscore where, how it is constructing, right? And dynamically we are passing it over here in the where condition. Top and skip here, it will not work because we are not passing any top or we are not passing any skip, nothing we are passing, so nothing, it is showing 0 0, right? So if you just come F6, right, and if this will just come out and we will come into else part because we are not supplying top and skip, right? And it's how it's so you understood like how we have implemented. Actually what I'm trying to show you the different ways. This is the first way. We have seen that directly you can use the query string, right? Directly we can use, if you want to filter this one, the very first way was what? The very first way, which has been obsolete, by the way. If you want, you can ignore this one, iv underscore filter underscore string. Directly you can use this one here in lv underscore where, directly this iv underscore filter underscore string. So this was the first way, right? So filter implementation, right? Filter implementation. So this is the most important topic, actually, the filter one. That's why we are putting more focus, and most of the time you are going to come across this scenario only, right? Because whenever you have to face the data, you are not going to face the data directly. Certainly we are going to put some where condition, right? And this filter is nothing but your where condition. So the very first one was using iv underscore filter underscore string, right? Let's go and confirm the name. Yes, this is the correct one. Another is io underscore text take request context. This is the most recommended one, so this is the one we will put into the maybe red, so that that means the not recommended. And another one is the using io text take request context. This is the most recommended technique. You are supposed to use this one, and very simple also. One object is going to return everything, and One more we are having using the IO select option. So what I'm talking about, I'm talking about IT filter select options, this one. So using this one also you can do. So this one, it depends on you. You can use, this is not an obsolete one, right? But again, this one is preferred over here. So if you want to prioritize, this can be one, this can be uh, two, and this will be the last option. Okay, fine. So let's go and see how to implement using the select option. Okay, come here and I'm going to, comment these codes. Maybe this one I will have to comment only, right? LV underscore where, LV underscore top, and LV underscore skip. Let me comment this one. Top and skip part we have already seen. This LV underscore where, everything is going to be same. Just simply, come over here and let's see how the data is coming. Then we will see what we have to do. Okay, top and all, because we are using over there. Do one thing. I'm going to uncomment at this point of time because at another places also I have used that. Now it's fine. Activate this one. Come to the browser, refresh once again, and it should hit over here. It has not hit because it is not at the right place. Come and now refresh once again. Now you have come here and see in the IT select option how your data is coming, right? So IT select, IT filter select options, double click over here, and inside the select options over here, your data is coming, right? So see here, this is coming not directly, this is coming not directly in form of uh, what means means you will not be able to put, you will not be able to put directly like this LV underscore where, you will not be able to put. How, why? Because the data is getting converted in the form of select options. IT underscore filter, IT underscore filter underscore select underscore options. So here you have this, like this, the data is coming over here. So for VTWEG, this is the select options, right? So now how to handle this particular scenario, right? How to use this value over here. So you can copy this, you can copy this one, just go back. One thing is that if you try using directly, you might be thinking that because now ABAP supports the now ABAP supports the expression based coding. So you might be thinking like using this one, where, let me comment this, where VTWEG in like this, so in and at the rate, let's see if it is supporting over here, hyphen select option. No, directly we are not able to use it over here. Okay, so maybe we can try one more thing, value hash. No, this is not supported over here, it's giving into red, so let's not go in that way. What we will do that, come here, press enter, and we'll have to prepare one range actually, we'll have to prepare one range. So how to prepare that range, what you can do, that loop at that IT filter select options, right? This watch, and it is having its option or options. Let me check. Signature, copy this and paste it over here. Okay, and hyphen, what it is having? It's having two fields. One is, select option, and another it was named something like that. Let me copy that. Select options. One is the property, another is the select options, right? So loop at into uh, data we can use WA end loop, and one by one we are going to pass the record into my select option. So you will have to create your own select option. Okay, so there are two ways how you can create your own select option. The most simplest way how you can do that, IT underscore, can you tell me what are those two options, right? Can you tell me what are those two options? The very first option is using the range keyword. However, that is obsolete again. IT underscore range for what? VTWEG we are preparing. Type table of what? Type table of VTWEG. We are passing the VTWEG from here, from outside, from here. We are passing the VTWEG. So I'll have to define for VTWEG over here, right? So now again, if you are passing dynamically from there, again you will have to take care of the dynamic internal table declaration, right? How to create the dynamic internal table means you are not sure that every time you are going to pass VTWEG, right? It can be anything. It can be VKORG, it will be VTWEG, it can be ERGADT, right? You don't know what actually we are going to use it over here. So for that purpose, you will have to go for the creation of what? Dynamic internal table, right? So not here type table of, actually you'll have to use the type range of, and automatically this will be created as a select option. So this is the range keyword we will have to use, right? Now you'll have to make it dynamic, right? So that you can use with the help of dynamic internal table concept. So already that is there. I have created many videos related with that in the past class also, and I have put on YouTube also. I may be sharing the link for that, or here also if time permits today itself I will show you. But let's first understand with the VTWEG, right? How it's going to work. So the range internal table we have created. Now we have to populate this. So one work area I will require, right? So data WA underscore range for VTWEG like line of. So one work area I have declared now. Okay, full stop over here. And now WA range for VTWEG I'm going to populate. Okay, so move corresponding WA to WA range for VTWEG. Okay, and then after we'll have to append this particular work area to here, right? IT range for VTWEG. So now your select option, where VTWEG with the correct data element is populated, right? So this one, this select option, we can now use it over here. And of course we'll have to use at the rate in order to tell that this is your ABAP variable, this is your host variable. Check the syntax now. Some error is there. IT filter select options is a table without a header line and therefore does not have a component called select options. Okay, so here actually, the first record it was. So I'm just going to access the first record. Under the first record, this is the field. Okay, directly I was trying to access, and that this is not a table with header line, right? This is a pure internal table, the way it has been. If you just go and show you uh IT filter option, come over here and see the table type for this. This is the table type, right? This is not the table type with the header line. It's the data dictionary uh you know table type, and here initialization and access is standard table, the primary key and all, right? So by this way, if you have the table type directly declared, that means the meaning of that means you don't have the header line. Header line can be there with the two ways, with header line or without header line, right? So if you don't give anything, it will be without header line. And if you want to declare your table type, so this is the basic ABAP concept we already know. That's why directly will not be able to access this one, right? Because under the first record select options we are having as a field, and that is an internal table. That internal table I'm looping one by one over here and moving into my select options. So in debugging I will just show you over here. Pretty printer, check the syntax, some error is there, if is not allowed. Okay, if put the full stop over here, check the syntax now, and W was already declared. It's telling loop at this WA into data WA. So that WA and this WA will not be compatible. We'll have to give the different name so that it will work properly. Check the syntax now. Activate this one. Activate. Put the external breakpoint over here, and now fire a query from the browser. Okay. So now let's go and just refresh it. Okay, it looks like already we are here, so it's not going ahead. I have just pressed F8, close unnecessary session. This one also I'm going to close. This also I don't require. So only two session I'm having. Now let's go and refresh this one. The same option we are keeping it over here, right? This is something different. It's coming, not the filter. Let me go and use the filter. Okay, something from initial days, past days had taken. Now I have put this filter VTW is equal to 20. Come over here, control has come over here. We have to put the focus over here. See, I'm preparing the range, right? So if you declare like this, IT range for VTWEG, type range of VTWEG, what will happen? It will come like the sign option low and high. This is how we prepare the select option. So you don't have to prepare each field, sign option low and high individually, right? Explicitly. If you are going to use type range of, automatically it will be declared. However, type range of use is obsolete, means it is not recommended by however people use, but not recommended generally. Okay, so another way means explicitly you are supposed to do it. Okay, so here loop at IT filter select options, and here now I'm accessing the internal table. You can see that this is my internal table. Copy this and paste it over here. Okay, I'm not able to access in this way, but here the first record is having the select options, right? So I'm accessing the first record, and the select options is internal table one by one. So only one record is here, right? Since only one record is here, so there is no problem. There is no problem. And now you can see that F6 one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one, right? So this range, my range is now prepared, sign option low and high, right? Come over here, And now it's going to give you the same result. IT underscore tab, the 5 records for that 23, right? So you saw how to, use the IT select options over here for the filter string, right? Now let's suppose your requirement is to add the multiple value over here, right? VTW is equal to 20, okay? And again, VTWEG equals to maybe so and will not be supported, right? Because VTWEG at the same time either it will be 20 or some other value. So or you can give it over here. So VTWEG equals to maybe I'm just going to give 20, or VTWEG equals to some another field, maybe 23. Okay, 20 or 23. I'm just taking it over here and press enter. Let's see how it's coming over here. Go here and press F6 in LV underscore where. See, in LV underscore where automatically the or is, or is, so directly you can use this one in where condition, right? But if the same thing, if you want to use in the select option, see in the select option how the data is there, right? Come here. So two records is coming, I eq 20 and I eq 20. So whichever you want you can use, right? Whichever you want you can use, right? So again I'm picking my own select option, because this select option directly will not be able to use because of its a data type. Okay, it's a string data type. It's a string data type, so I don't think so, uh means it's you will be able to use. So you can give a try, we can check it here directly. So here, first see this IT range for VTWEG. Now we have prepared, and now we can come and IT range the two records, that is fine. And IT tab the 5 records only, so only for 23 record is there, for 20 it's not there. Okay, now let's go and see that one. Would you be able to use directly this one, right? Would you be able to use directly this one? So if you think that you can use this one directly, you know mm, this is how we are accessing. If I'm putting it here directly, it's not taking, right? So let me give one more try. Control D. I'll comment this and paste it directly. So here you can see that it's going into, you know, it's going into error. It's not supporting. It's not supporting, but it should work actually. With some way it should work. Will it support the pipe operator? Pipe operator is fine, but here also no, directly with pipe also it will not, but there should be some way. Actually I'm just trying to either in this is the in, this is not the where condition. Where is over here, VTWEG in. Okay, it's not supporting, no issue. By that way we can do, right? And generally we do in this way only. Okay, I was thinking that we use the new syntax, but you know it's not working. Maybe we'll have to check some another way, but this is the frequently used one. Okay, so here the thing is, here you can uh, know one more thing. This is the type range of, and another way what you can do, that the recommended way, actually you can declare one types begin of ts underscore ts underscore what vt uh, ts underscore or s underscore vtweg, and you'll have to define sign type. So sign is of how many characters, right? Sign, option, low and high. So it will be of one character. Then option, it will be of two character, type char2, and low is of type vtweg, and then high is again of type vtweg. So end of s underscore vtweg. Okay, so this is the structure you have declared over here. And now actually the range we were uh, earlier, what I was doing here, I was using like this: it underscore range for vwteg and type range of vtweg, right? So this was very simple. This was very simple. I'm just going to copy this, comment this one. Now I'm going to create the select option. So the range is nothing but the select option only. Just I'm changing the name, okay, or the way actually, or maybe I will keep the same name, range only, but type table of what? Type table of s underscore vtweg, right? Okay. So this is the recommended one. This is what you will have to declare the structure, and then you will have to define the select option. However, if you want to do the things quickly, this also you can use, but this is like obsolete. Okay, check the syntax, and some error is there, like line of it range for vtweg. Okay, some spelling mistake, range. Check the syntax and activate this one. Okay, so now you can see that I have commented this type range of things, and I'm using the explicit declaration, which is the recommended one. And now it's again going to work and going to give in the same way. Just the way of declaration, it is are different, otherwise everything is same. So let me put the breakpoint over here. First activate this and put the external breakpoint. Come here and run once again, and control has transferred over here. Press F6, and the name is same, right? So it range for vtweg. Here also you can see that sign, option, low and high, correct? Good. And we are going to press F8. Your data is now populated in the same way, right? And now I'm expecting the same result over here also, correct? So we got the data 5. Very good, correct? So this is how you can do these things. Okay, now another, we have also seen, like in last class, using the IO selector, this particular stuff, IO take request context, right? So if you want to convert something for in the where condition, this is what at last I have shown you, right? One question was from Fred and I have shown you. If you want me to show again, just let me know, I will show you, or let me quickly show you once again, because some of you left the class early. So using this particular object also, you can get quickly the where condition. Okay, using this IO take request context, this is very powerful object. This is very powerful import parameter. So let's go and do this one. Activate this, and see here. So nothing to do, already code is written over there. Just come here and come here and see. this is how it's going to exactly form like what? IV underscore filter underscore string, you know, this is exactly going to form like this. So come here, IV underscore filter underscore string, and so if you see here, this is how automatically. So if you use IV underscore filter underscore string, this is also going to give you the same result for the select option, because here, you know, you have the OR, right? Uh, now here, see here, it's going to give you the same thing. Press F6 and LV underscore where, see, it's giving you the same thing. So IO take request context. So either you can use that select options things or IO take request context. This is not the recommended one. Okay, I have noted it down over here. So you can use this or this, both is fine. Okay, now if you have to search some pattern, right, or maybe you have to get some top 5 records or 10 records. So in last class also we have seen that particular stuff, how to get top, but there one more thing actually, the order by. Suppose if you want to first sort the record and then after you want to get the top 10 records, right? Because currently it's getting sorted based upon the VBELN, and then we are getting, suppose if you want to sort based upon some another field and then you want to get it, then how to do that? Okay, so top equals to, you know, I'm just giving the 10 over here, right? And let me do one thing, I will press F8 so that will just come out, come to this, and top 10, press enter. Control has come over here, and top 10 to get that particular 10. What you can do that, you know, you have the two option, one is the pagination one, right? One is the pagination one. From in here you can get, here we will be having the uh filter entity navigation filter, will having one paging, this one is underscore paging, because the top and escape is the concept of paging, right? So here you have the import structure, and in this you can get that 10. So you can find this 10 from here and just you can get the first 10 records, right? So this is how we have written the code over here to get the first, and if you have implemented the skip. So we have seen in detail in the last class. Actually, what I'm trying to show you over here, that if you want to uh, sort, right? If you want to sort the stuff and then you want to get the top 10 records, right? If you want to sort the stuff and then you want to get the top 10 record, then how to do? That is the concern over here. So here you can see that it's not showing you the correct data. Don't worry, because the implementation is not done as per this, you know, that has been done for the skip and top and escape, right? So accordingly we'll have to do implementation, go through the last class if you want to see that. Now here actually what I want to get top 10 records based upon, you know, first I want to sort based upon maybe VTWEG, let's suppose VTWEG. So ampersand and then dollar order by equals to VTWEG. That's it, you'll have to give and press enter. It will hit over here. The question over here comes like that, order by will come at which place, right? Order by will come in which parameter, right? Let's go and see. See here, IT underscore order is a in internal table parameter, and here you have that VTWEG and order is ascending. So the property is VTWEG and order is ascending, right? VTWEG and order is ascending by default. By default, it's ascending, right? So come over here, and now you'll have to write the logic accordingly. So what I will do, I will just copy this stuff. Property and order is there. There are two fields, and this I will use in my code. Property, and then we have the order, right? Property. So under the property, we have the VTWEG, and then the order, we are having the ascending order, right? So this will help me to write the code. Come over here, and accordingly we will be writing the code. So let me do one thing. I'm going to comment all these things, and we will write the phrase code. Okay, fine. So sign option low and high is not required here. That is gone. That part is not going to look now. Remove this one. Top. Top will be required, right? Because from here we are telling that get the top 10 records. So top will be required. Top type IP is fine. In where condition, I don't require anything, right? Are we passing any filter kind of a stuff? No. So in where condition, we don't require anything. If you want to pass the filter again, ampersand and dollar and filter, you can use it over there. So remove that. Let's understand the concept, how to do this. The select options and all is also not required. Top is fine. So see here, if you have to get the top record, IO take request context we can use, or IS underscore paging we can use. This is the recommended one. Okay. IO take request context. Remember this, IO take request context. Internal output, input output, you know, uh, technical request context. Okay. Select all these things, and up to how many rows? Up to LV underscore top rows. LV underscore top rows, right? This is now not required. And order by. Now order by what? Order by what? That particular value will have to get from where? IT underscore order. So how to get that value? You'll have to use the read statements. So read, this is the property and order it was. Read IT underscore order, read table IT underscore order into and data WA underscore order with key. Sorry, is not required here because this is not a select query. And now how many fields you have? The property and order. So with property, so you'll have to get like what we are passing it from there, right? What actually we are passing it over there. So in the first record, what's you have the value that actually we have to get it. So we can get like this index 1, and now in WA underscore order you have that particular value. So you can pass it hyphen property. So give it over here, the property, right? Check the syntax now. Some error is there. WA order does not have a component called property. Okay. Check the syntax and activate this one. Activate it. So hope you are getting actually how we are doing it over here, right? PT printer, check the syntax and activate this one, activate this. Dynamically I'm passing it over here, right? So at the rate and all is not required. At the rate is required over here. No, at the rate is required over here. This is the internal table. Here it's a dynamic. Put the uh, put the external breakpoint and let's see it's getting or not. Okay, so come to this browser and run once again. Control has come over here and press F6, right? So here what you have, the property VTWEG. So I wanted to first sorted in the ascending order. So VTWEG got sorted in ascending order, right? You can see that it got sorted in ascending order. So that's why the blank is coming first and then 0101 is coming. Now you can get the, now you can get the first 10, first 5 records or 10 records, whatever you are requesting from there. So we are requesting 10. So it's giving us the 10 records, right? So VTWEG01, here it's blank. So like that, it's a sorting and giving you. So this is how you can implement the what? This is how you can implement the sorting kind of stuff. Okay. So at this point of time, till this point of time, everything is clear. You were able to understand the concept. Now, any question if you have, just feel free to ask over here. There can be so many variation actually. So once you will come into the real-time project, this concept is going to help you to write the better code and efficient code. Okay, when we are talking about the efficiency, one more thing I would like to discuss over here. Okay, so it's always better to give up to up to 10 rows or up to 20 rows or up to 30 rows, right? It's always or give some where condition. If you don't give this up to 10 20, because if you don't know like what kind of data you want to get, then use the where condition, right? And that's why we are using the paging technique or pagination technique, correct? So if you remember yesterday, if I have to use the escape and top, this is for top, right? But if you suppose want to use the escape also, right? So here maybe I'm just going to use ampersand and dollar and escape. I want to escape the first 5 records, right? So press enter and you can see that anywhere I'm writing, anywhere this, it is not like the escape you have to write first or top you have to write, this is the complete, the keyword. This is the complete keyword. The rule you will have to follow. Very first will be starting with question mark, and after that is going to start with ampersand dollar, right? Come here and now LV underscore top 10 and escape should be 5, right? It's coming perfectly. And here you can see that only I'm writing LV underscore top, but I'm telling that get the top 10 and escape 5, right? Get the top 10 and escape 5, get the top 10, escape 5, right? So escaping 5 will have to get the top 10. Escaping 5 will have to get the top 10. So in order to achieve this requirement, what actually I'll have to do if I want to write the, one thing is that you can remove this one. You will get all the code and then it's going to work in this way. Loop at this from this, and it's going to give you, it will skip the first 5 records and it's going to give this 10 records, right? And then it will come out. But we just required the 15 records. Then why to get all those records, right? Then why to get all those records? So what you can do, because you know that you required only the first 15 records, you want to skip 5 and you want to get the next 10. Again the second call will come, again the second call from the browser will come. Then system has to pass, let me show you what actually I'm trying to tell. The very first time what will happen, what will happen, you will get the 10 record. So this logic will have to handle from the browser. from the controller, from the UI5 application, this logic you will have to handle. So very first time when the screen is opening, you know very first time when your view is getting open, right? Means your browser page is opening, then the 10 records only will have to display. So you are firing this particular query from your UI5 application, and it's going to give you the first 10 records, right? The first 10 records. When the scrolling down, then from there you will have to, you know you will have to, when when you are scrolling down from there, then again you will have to skip the 10, because 10 already is coming, has come over there. So next 10 you want, so top 10 you want by skipping the 10, right? Again next time, already you have now how many? The very first time 10, and next time again 10 you have got. So now you'll have to pass from there by skipping how much? You'll have to pass the 20 from there. So this logic should be there at the client, at the UI5 application. So there you will have to some you have to put some loop and all, or how you are going to handle it depends on you. So from there you will have to pass. And here the code you can write in the optimized way. So you can write the data LV total records instead of getting all records. Let's suppose here in this table, if you just remove this, if you just remove this, or maybe suppose if you want to keep the order by, if you just keep this order by over here, right? And up to at the rate LV top rows, if you are going to remove, what it will do, it will get all the records, right? It will get all the records. But suppose if in this table there are a lot of data, then in that case lot of data is going to come over here, and unnecessarily you are just going to get 10 or 20 records or 30 records or 50 records for maximum. Why to waste unnecessary database resources and all, right? So for that purpose, what you do, whatever the top is coming from there and the skip is coming from there, so lv underscore top plus lv underscore escape, right? And get this much only, because you require this much only, right? Up to, right? So this is the efficient code. Instead of getting all those records, get this much only, right? And your job is going to done still. So you are fetching the data from database, whichever is required. Is it making sense? Can you write over here yes or no? You are able to understand the concept? Good, good. So one question from Fred is that how to put into the descending order. Okay, very good question. And -1 I'm not getting. For what purpose this -1 actually? You'll have to add it up over here. Okay, here you'll have to add it up, and the rest logic you will have to handle in browser in the front end. Okay, so for descending one, that is the good. For descending, actually, see the here in the select query, here in the select query, so order by ascending or descending, we don't have such option. Order by ascending or descending, if you just press F1 over here and check out the SAP uh, documentation for this select query, ascending or descending is not there, but by default it takes the ascending if you just write the order by. So if you want to handle the descending part, first you will have to get the data and then sort the internal table into the descending order. So this is what you can do. But question over here from front end, how you can pass this particular stuff, whether it's going to be ascending or descending, you know. So this I need to check. I don't know exactly from here. I think do we have to give the ASC or DSC order by this? We can check, and where we can check, let me show you. It should be here in odata.org. So good question, but I need to check odata.org and order by descending. So order by rating category name descending. Okay. URI convention. So all the list of conventions you will see. If you are trying to find something which we are not discussing over here, you can get it from here. Okay. So let me search with descending. Actually, I'm looking for descending in descending order. So here you can see that products there. This is nothing but their entity set, et underscore products. Their naming convention is not good. You know, they should start with et products. Question mark dollar order by rating category slash name descending, right? So they are telling that you know, order by this and then the slash and then name descending, like that. But what is name over here? We have to put the order by. Let's see what it's telling actually. Yeah, see here, rating ASC, right? So if you want to put ASC, so I think I was writing correct over here, VTWEG and ASC. Okay, you can put ASC and then just refresh once again. I think we are already here. No, let me put the external breakpoint. Right click over here and delete this. Activate once again. External breakpoint is now here. Close this. Come here and run this. Okay, so ascending I have put. So by default, however, it will come, you know, the ascending. So that is not a big deal, right? That is not a big deal because by default it's coming the ascending, right? IT underscore order ascending by default coming. Press F8. You are asking about the descending. So we order VTWEG and space DESC, I think. Okay, let's press enter and see. Yeah, control has come over here and IT underscore order. So here DESC it should be, and here you can see that it's coming. So you can use this particular order value whether you want to, you know, go for ascending or descending. So how you can do this? So simple ABAP stuff, right? So I believe now people will be able to do this, you know. So IT underscore order and here data in which order? In order, right? In order equals to the WA underscore order hyphen control space and property. What was the property and order, right? Property and order. So in this order you would like to sort. So if in order is so at last we can put it like, you know, if in underscore order equals to descending DESC, and if sort this one control V sort ET underscore entity set by the field through which, so VTWEG, because it's coming the VTWEG. So dynamically, if you want to do, you'll have to check whether it's going to support dynamically over here or not, but at this point of time we are having the VTWEG. So I'm just going, or you will have to use the case and when statement. If it is the VTWEG, sort this by VTWEG. If there is some another field with that, so you can have the n number of fields, and you can modularize your code also using the another methods. So in DPC extension class, you can create some another method, and that method you can call over here, so that also I will show you in the coming classes. Sort et underscore entity set by VTW EG descending. Just write this one because you want to sort in the descending order. Activate this and activate once again. Got activated. Refresh this one, and what happened? VTWEG descending. This is fine. Okay, we'll have to put once again, the external breakpoint because it disadjusted. External breakpoint has been, ineffective, or it has been misplaced. So now it should come. It has come this time, and come here, press F8, and in order equal to DESC, it will be, and here in ET entity set, it's like this. So now when we are going to sort in descending, this blank should be at last. Okay, this is my expectation. So now you can see that blank is at last. It got sorted, and now this is how you are going to get the data. Okay, so hope you understood this concept. Let me do one thing. That descending one, I will note it down over here. That was the good one. So by default, it will be there in the by default it will be there in ascending order. Here itself I will just put it. Okay, and some more stuff quickly I will show you, which I have prepared already. So let me go. This stuff I have covered. Filter query implementation, it is done, right? Filter query implementation using this also we have seen. Various other query. Okay, various other query, you have actually there are so many queries. This filter option is having so many variations. Like suppose if you want to find the pattern. Okay, if you want to find the pattern, so for pattern, actually we are having a substring function. So in debugging, just I will show you implementation. I will not show you today. Debugging only I will show you because we are running out of time. So just substring function. So how you can use the substring function over here? See, means it's like a pattern. So in SQL, what we write, we use the percentage sign, right? We use the percentage sign like this selector. Let's suppose we have to put some, query select star from Mara, where all the material, if it's starting with all the material, with what it's going to start with, let's all the material which is starting with laptop. What we do, laptop, and then we give the percentage sign, right? So such kind of query, if you want to search out the pattern, for that purpose you have the sub string, you have to starts with, you have the end with, different function you have. So if you have starting with this one, so you can use the starts with over here. If you, this is like a substring, this is a part of a string, so you can use like, so for representation of this you can use the substring function. For starting with, you can use like, for such kind of, you can use the starts with, and for such kind, for, so in beginning it can be anything, but it's going to end with laptop. So for such kind of, you can use the ends with. Let me quickly show you for the substring one over here. So substring, and then let's suppose we can take it, for example, the MUSI1 VKORG. So wherever the VKORG MUS start, means wherever the US is there, Okay, wherever the US in middle, right, in beginning whatever it is there is no matter, in last whatever it is there is no matter, but wherever US is there, that means the substring. Okay, so you can give the US in capital because it's in capital, right, and give the comma, and after that you can give the field name VKORG. Okay, you can give the field name over here, the VKORG. So question mark dollar substring US VKORG. This is what you can do and press enter. And here, because your query is correct, that's why it has come over here, right? And here you'll have to implement, right? In where in where condition that VKORG like that you will have to give. So where that is going to come again, that will come here only in IV filter string. Okay, IV filter string. Press F6, come over here, IV filter string. It's not coming. Okay, let's go and check in the LBVR IO take request from there if it's coming or not. Okay, it should come in any one of the uh, places it should come. So quickly let me write over here LV underscore. So your where condition should form accordingly, right? So IO take request. So if you don't remember this one, directly you can copy it from here. Copy this and paste it over here. IO take request context. And get what? Where? Get SQL where? This one. Okay. Activate this one. Activate this one. And put the external breakpoint over here. Come here and press F6. LV where? It's not coming here. Actually, it should come. Something is wrong. Something, from there I'm doing wrong. That's why it's not coming over here. Generally, it should come. Okay, so let's go and see if the syntax is correct or not. So syntax already for the different things I have written it over here. You can see that KUM is substring of what I'm passing it from there. Am I passing substring? No, it's a substring. Simply I'm passing. I'll have to give substring of actually, and everything should be in a small. Press enter, and this time it should work fine. Okay, press F6. LV where? No, now also it's not working. Local object. IV string option. Search string. Select options. Okay. So once again, actually, you'll have to check here itself. US VKORG, right? US VKORG. US, it should be in comma. Let me do one thing. Once again, I'm going to remove this one. Directly, I will copy it from here. Oh, sorry, filter also you'll have to write. Okay, simply by giving like that will not work. We'll have to give the filter also, and that's why it was not working. Question mark dollar filter equals to substring of. That's the mistake I was doing. So what it was UN, something like that, right? UN, and we have the VKORG. Field is in capital, so I'm just giving capital. Press enter. Come here and press F6. LV where, and this time you can see that this is what actually we are expecting, right? So directly LV where you can pass it dynamically over here in the bracket, right? Into table order by, and if you want to put the where condition, you can put LV where in bracket like this. Okay, and this much only you'll have to do. So now that IV filter string, that will also be populated. Okay, IV filter string, you can see that IV filter string, this is how it is populating, right? This is not going to work it over here. Okay, this is not going to work. IT filter, IT select filter option, this I probably this works. Let's go and check. Yeah, here you can see that. So contains pattern, everything is coming perfectly. So you can use either for, so for the substring kind of function. So if you want to use some function like substring of or start with, or end with, so if you can see there, here if you simply give the start with, if you give the, make sure that should be in a small starts with spelling should be correct, and you can refer that odata.org URI for the same purpose. So this time you will see that this time, okay, come here and press F6, and you can see that it's coming even like VKORG. Okay, so this is not the correct one. Actually, you'll have to for a start with, you have little different syntax, little different syntax here. You'll have to give the VKORG first, and then the value, even. So if some value is just starting with even, so let me show you some value over here. So this is coming in XML, and in XML readability is not good, right? 1150, right? So if any value is starting with 115 and at last what is there, we are not going to bother. Okay, press enter and come here, and now you can see that LV where you can see that it's coming, and this is what we are expecting. And in IT select option also it will come in the same way. Okay, here you can see, right? So you can use this. So the actual implementation we will see in the next class. You got some idea actually, right? Or even if you can do yourself also, it's not a rocket science, it's a simple one. Try doing yourself. So what I have done from odata.org itself, the reference I have given you over here, all the important function which I found, uh, it can be important. So like the substring of, okay, then the ends with this function, then it starts with, just we have seen. Okay, length also you can see here with filter is very powerful actually. Length also, if you want to filter all the records where the company name length is equal to 19, you can use like this. If you index of function, right? So if Alfred substring is at the first place in the company name, you know that's the meaning of index, right? At the first place of the company. So they are searching with this particular string in this company name, and if that is at first, get all those records. So this is what you have the index. You can use the replace also, right? You can use the replace. You have a substring function also, but this is how you will have to use further. And suppose if you want to use a negative, not like, this is like what? This is what we have seen for the like, right? It's coming over here like, and if you want to just put the negative over here, so what you can do that, you can write here equal false. Okay, just you will have to write the equal false, and what it will do that, it will convert into the negative. So if you see that it's coming not, now in beginning coming not. Okay, so like that you can mark it, negative, or it depends on your requirement. If you want to pass the negative or positive, that's why you can see that if you don't give anything by default, it will go true. But if you want to pass yourself, so you can pass either true or false, anything. Here also you can pass true or false. So if you want to pass negative, pass the negative, so true or false you can pass. You can pass true or false. Wherever true is there, you can pass false also, so if you pass the false, it will put into the negative format. Okay, this uniform and all. So difference between URI and URN, so for those actually I will be discussing into the next class. Okay, fine, then let's stop over here and we will meet into the next class. Bye
Yeah,
bye. Yeah,
Pankaj, Ramesh,
yeah.
on the can you go to the coding ones? On I have one doubt.
Mm-hmm.
The LV underscore top. Yeah,
Mm.
and we have LV underscore top and LV underscore skip, and we're using the LV underscore dot in the select statement, right? So are we going to fetch 15 records for this?
Yeah, yeah. So for this particular situation, you require only 15 records, right?
Okay.
If
So
you, yeah,
top 10 and 55 we have to skip. So in that case, we are going to, I mean, fetch the 15 records. I did not get that.
yeah. So see, you want to skip 5 and you want to get the another 10, right?
Yes,
So what we have to do, that we have to skip the 5 and get the another 10. So how to do, like in select query, do we have any option that we can skip first 10, first 5 and get the another 10? Here we don't have any option, right?
yes,
So
yeah,
because we don't have any option, just go and check. Like as per my understanding, there is no option. Generally what I do, I get all those, I add it up, I add it up, and from here it's easy, right, in this loop, because here we have from and to option, right?
Yeah, but in the two you are going always skip plus top plus one you are given. So here it will go for 16th index, right? Your in internal table is
yeah,
having
it's
15 records, but you are going
Mm,
in the
good,
two
good.
you are going to 16th index. So I
Yes,
think
you,
plus
you were
one,
right. Here actually you'll have to
plus
do
one,
LB
maybe
top
that's
plus skip plus one.
plus one. Maybe I was
Yes,
asking that I guess.
correct, correct. Yes, you were right. Plus one, we could have written plus one. This is the correct one. So by that we have to do. Any other question?
no. Thank you, Pankaj.
Yeah, welcome. Anyone else? Any question if we have? So fine, then in the next class we'll see the what's the difference between URI and URL, and then we have some another stuff I have prepared, and also we'll be writing it down the differences. Okay, fine, then let's stop here. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Okay.